Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw. I am Mike Lane with Pat McAfee and with Wade Barrett. And today on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw, we got Father Yule, Santa Claus. Ho ho ho. Happy Yule. It is I, Santa Claus, also known as Father Yule to many. And I know that it's the 11th month, and Thanksgiving, or at least the 4-1 Reich's offshoot of Thanksgiving, is the holy day that everyone is getting ready for. But around this time, shops start getting ready, starting selling Yule things. Yule shopping, gift shopping starts up around this time. You know, and a lot of folks think about Yule around this time. And I know there's going to be some folks saying, oh, well, how did Yule overtake the 11th month if the 11th month is about Thanksgiving? Which, don't get me wrong, Thanksgiving is a good holy day too. And over the years, I have, been in a bind. Or some folks have put me in a bind, I need say. Like, over the years there have been some folks out here, who have said some things about me that are not true. They're like, you took Yule away from Jesus. And no, I did not. Yule will always be Jesus' birthday. All I do is help to keep everyone happy for Jesus' birthday. From bringing that love and forgiveness and kindness that Jesus gave to all of us. And I put gifts underneath that Yule tree, the same way that God gave us Jesus as a gift. The same way those wise men, or even wise women, gave gifts to Jesus too on his birthday, whenever that was. Because some folks say that he wasn't born in the 12th month, the 25th of the 12th month. It's true, the Holy Book doesn't say when he was born. Well, Santa Claus, Father Yule, I know I didn't start out the year so well, but I know this year that I'll end it well. So, and I just want to know, Father Yule, how does all that going to work out? Well, to tell you the truth, Seth Rollins, it works out well. I mean, in the beginning, you were on the bad list. And I hope that you can still get yourself on the good list, because there's still enough time. You're telling me there's still enough time to get myself on the good list? Well, let's see. What if I become the TWF heavyweight fighter? No. Hold that thought there. What if I get even on the men who wronged me? The free men who wronged me. Omos, Aziz, Paulie Dangerously. And though we know Paulie Dangerously won't be caught, he won't be caught dead coming by himself. He's too much a weakling to do things by himself. So the way I look at it is, I'll get my hands on him. Ladies and lords, my name is Paul E. Dangerously, and I am the overseer for Omos and Aziz. And do I see Father Yule in the ring with me now? Forgive me, Father Yule, but we Jewish folk have someone called Gathering of Lights Harry. And even though he's not as cool looking, and even though he likes to dress all in blue and, gives out, likes to give out, small gifts, he still he still makes oaths he's not going to keep. So do not be making up oaths, Santa Claus, that you can't keep. If Seth Rollins thinks that he is done with us, or he thinks he's going to become the world heavyweight fighter, then you can think again, because Omos and Aziz will not let it happen. I know you, Paulie Dangerously. You have always been on the bad list for most of your life. I mean, you were always on the bad list every year. And you think that by now you would have shifted. I didn't put you on that list. It was God and Jesus that put you on that list. Now, I know you don't believe in Jesus, but you're still on that list. I don't mind being on the bad list. The truth is, there is no way I can be on a bad list. And let me see. A long time ago, Father Yule, and ECW, this would have been between 93 and 95, well, the year I can't quite forget, I had 911 choke slam you. Now, we could do that here, but instead of 911, as he was called in ECW, or Tombstone, as he was called in WCW, I can have Omos and Aziz do it. Over whose dead body you're not going to be doing anything to Father Yule. Uh-oh. So tell me, Seth Rollins, do you think you can stop us from wanting to choke slam Father Yule, Santa Claus, if they chose to do it? There's only one of you. And there's two of them. So do the reckoning thought here of what's going to happen. First off, Paulie Dangerously, hold it right here. No one is going to harm Father Yule. Not on my watch, Ric Flair says. And I get it. Santa Claus has either been beating up folks or getting beat up on in every skilled wrestling business since skilled wrestling businesses were a thing. And at the end of the day, Santa Claus is no wrestler, even though he is the former TWF and WWE 24/7 fighter. So here today, Omos and Aziz, since you think you want to beat up on Father Yule, you'll be teaming up to take on Seth Rollins and a teammate that you all know about so well. And someone that you know so well about, Xia Li. Well, now Xia Li's in the ring now. All right. Seth, I got your back now. Oh, I think I'll leave you all to this, but I'll leave a note. If you even think about choke slamming me, that's going right on the bad list now. Well, Father Yule, Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him, thank God that Ric Flair, the main wicker, came out and did something, or we would have saw Santa Claus get choke slammed like we saw happen to him in ECW by 911, which Paulie Dangerously himself wanted to happen again. Thank God Pat McAfee says Ric Flair made the right call and came out here and made this tag team match or ding, or this would have been a bind. Yeah, I would have liked to see Father Yul get choke slammed by Omos or Azeebs. I guess that'll never happen now, Wade Barrett says. Wade Barrett, you're going to get nothing but Blackstone this year. You know, if you do stuff, if you say things like that, Pat McAfee says. I'm a heel, Pat McAfee. That's the things I say. You know, you were a heel once, a long time ago, when you were on NXT, before you went to Raw, before the SmackDown, before you went to Raw. Pat McAfee, you're right about that. You know, Wade Barrett would most likely be on a bad list. You know, Xia Li taking down Omos, and Omos is not happy about being taken down by Xia Li, Mike Lane says. Well, Omos and Azeeb's here, almost knocked down Xia Li's head. You know, it took off Xia Li's head. And now Omos picking up Xia Li. And a body slam. You know, Mike Lane says Xia Li has won the TWF 24/7 winnings more times than any other wrestler. And has held it longer than any other wrestler too. But that could all come to an end here. You know. And Xia Li right now is in a bind. She took down Azeebs. Xia Li just tagged in. You know, just tagged in Seth Rollins now. Who's now curb stomped Azeebs and is about to take Azeebs down. Will this happen or not? Mike Lane said 1, 2, and Omos just broke it up. No, it didn't happen. And now Omos wants to get in the ring, but he didn't get lawfully tagged himself in. Oh, and Xia Li just knocked Omos right out of the ring. You know, with that kick